Good evening, everyone. This is Happy Hustle Show 51, and I forgot to celebrate Happy Hustle Show 50 because that's a big consistent achievement, right? Quite pleased with myself. But I forgot to celebrate that on Monday. So 51, yay. So tonight I want to talk about sales. I've just sent out that text reminder message. If you haven't, I should have put the link in actually. If you haven't, hi Alicia. If you haven't registered to get text reminders and you would like them, just pop a note beside this video and I'll give you the link. I should have put it on there. There is a link to get a text to let you know. Good evening, Hazel. Good evening, Joe. How nice to see you all. So exciting. This is an exciting week. This week is the absolute build-up to my brand new bootcamp. It's just so exciting. So a lot of you know that I have been running the Find Your Happy Side Hustle Idea challenge for a year now, more than a year. And I totally love it. Like, those challenge weeks are just amazing. Absolutely love it because I spend so much time in my Happy Side Hustle business. It just brings me deep joy. So decided to come up with it's a bit of a long story as to how this all came about, but it's really driven by helping the women that are already in the hive and looking at what they need to boost their side hustles and kind of move them forward. And when I was pulling it all together, I thought, okay, it needs more than this, but to start with, I thought I would just share it with all of you, share it with everybody. So my lovely clients in the hive are coming and everybody else is welcome. And a few people have messaged me actually. Okay, I've had two messages this week, two types of messages regularly. One is, I've requested to join the challenge group, but I've not got in. So sorry, I haven't communicated that very well, so apologies. If you've requested to join, so what happens is I'll open it on Sunday. But the reason I'm sending out reminders about that is I know that there's probably I think there's about 60 or 70 people that have registered for the challenge, but not requested to join the group. So what happens is when I open the group on Sunday, you'll all go in at the same time and then we'll do the introductions and we'll get to know each other and I'll go live in the evening and there'll start to be a big energy. Everything's about energy, right? This is what this whole show is about today. Everything is about energy. So the reason that I don't just, whenever you request to join the group, I don't just like approve it there and then, is that if you go in and you're the first person in, like it's like going to a party, it's all a bit uncomfortable. And then another person comes in, then there's only two of you. Whereas if I let you all in the door at exactly the same time, and we go, right, let's talk about this, the energy is just completely different. And that's what I want to talk to you about today, about sales in general, but I'll come back to that. So yeah, so in answer to those of you that are not sure why you've requested to join the Facebook group and I haven't let you in, that's why. But I can see the number of people that are waiting and I can see the names of the people that are waiting. And the reason that I'm reminding you, and if you haven't received a reminder from me, please accept this as your reminder that if you have registered for the Explode Your Side Hustle Sales Bootcamp that starts on Sunday, so we're going to open it on Sunday, so it's only a couple of days. If you have registered but you haven't received the link to join the Facebook group, so there's two ways that you would have got it. When you registered, once you registered, it took you to another page to say thanks for registering. There was a big button there to say join the Facebook group, because I know some of you did this weeks ago, so it can be hard to remember. Also at exactly the same time, an email should have been triggered to you saying, thanks for joining the challenge. Here's the link to join the Facebook group. And also today, I sent out an email first thing this morning that said, have you found your way to the Facebook group? So if you haven't had any of those emails, check your spam, because I know a lot of my emails are ending up in my spam and I'm sending them. So that's not good. So I think spam filters are on high alert at the moment. So check your spam first of all to see if that link's in there. If it isn't, try registering for the challenge again. It won't register you twice, so there's no harm in doing that. The link is inside the Happy Side Hustle community. It's pinned to the top. You should be able to see it everywhere. Try registering for the challenge again. And when you get to the thank you page, click to join the Facebook group there. If you continue to have problems and you can't find the Facebook group, then just message me or Jillian and we will give you the link to join it. But you can't just just join the Facebook group without going through the kind of registration process, because there's some information that I want to give you for the challenge next week that's going to come out by email. So you kind of need to be in the email system. So that's one of the questions I've been asked a lot this week, and I appreciate that it's me not communicating that well. That means you've asked it. And the second question is, what is the second question? What is the second question? I don't know. Is anybody else at this stage of life where you just go, yeah, that's really important to tell people, and then when you go to say it, it's just gone out your head? It'll come back to me. The second thing that people are asking me is, so it's about joining the boot camp, and it's about, I don't know. Let's go with joining the boot camp as being the main one. If the other one occurs to me, I will either say it later or I will post it. Let me just see your comments. So yeah, I'll tell you a little bit about the challenge, actually, for those of you that are the boot camp. So I'm trying to differentiate them by calling this a boot, and it is completely different. For those of you that have done the challenge, completely different format, completely different everything. So it's kind of a challenge, but I don't want to call it a challenge because that's going to sound really confusing. So, hi everybody. I'm early. I'm not early, Sheila, because this is the Happy Hustle show, and I will be live in Start Your Happy Side Hustle classroom at about 6:30. In fact, I'll probably be a wee tiny bit late. So you're just catching me in a different group. Hi, everybody. It looks like the text messages worked a treat. Brilliant. Oh, thank you, Gillian, for sharing the link. That's brilliant. If anybody is, probably if you're on live now, I've just sent you a text, or you might have got a notification from Facebook. But if you want to, I can send you a text, just a wee automatic text message that says, hi, I'm live right now talking about this. Just jump to the group. I promise you, like, I know when I see it, other people kind of ask me to sign up with a text message thing. I think, oh, what if they bombard me with text? I'm absolutely not going to do that. All I'll do is I'll send you a text. It'll probably be like once a week. It's not, there's a different text sign up for the boot camp next week. That's completely different. So I will send you 3 or 4 texts next week, because that's the amount of times I'll be going live. But for this, I will only ever send you a text just before I go live, and you can at any time just write stop and reply, and it'll stop, just so you know. So it's not, because I know it feels like maybe a bit of a risk signing up for something like that. I've booked a week off from the day job to actually concentrate, and I will be joining you if you'll have me. So I can't see who's posted that, because whoever that was, that's a lovely comment. See if you could see it. Can you see beside this video, there's a little thing that says, click this link to authorize StreamYard to see your name. So whoever you are, of course, I would absolutely love to have you. You've booked a week off. Well, that's better than me, because I have one piece of my day job that I do have to do next week. Normally I do make sure that I take the whole week off, but before I decided to do this, and this week, I already had something booked in historically. So yeah, you're more committed than me. I love it. I love it, whoever you are. Michelle. So Michelle, it's not going to start in some, right, let me tell you a bit about it. Okay, so so you know what to expect, and you know that it is going to be different from last time. So it's going to be 3 live trainings. So you know how, for those of you that have done the kind of idea challenge, there was like a task in the morning. So you got like a video in the morning, and then there was a post saying ask your questions, and at night I would answer your questions. I'm doing it completely differently this time. So there's going to be a live training on Monday night, on Wednesday night, and on Friday night, and they'll all be at 7 o'clock. So I've kind of put down 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock, but I'm going to do the training and I'm going to answer any questions. So I don't know if that is the right amount of time as the answer to that. You know me, like, I'm a bit of a talker, and I also don't like to kind of end before I've answered everybody's questions. So I think in terms of the time commitment that it would be great if you could commit to an hour Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to join me live. Is really all you need to do in terms of live. On Tuesday, I'm going to set you a task and get you to kind of do we're going to play a bit of a game, and we're going to post some things in the group. And then once I've finished kind of my day job stuff, I'm going to be in there kind of commenting that and also on Monday. So with each of the live trainings on Monday night, I'm going to set you some homework to do. So you need to have done that by Wednesday. And then on Wednesday, I'm going to set you some homework to do. You need to have done that by Friday. And on Friday, I will set you some kind of homework to do going forward. So the whole idea of it is I'm going to start you with a wee bit of a marketing strategy. So listen to the questions that I get asked repeatedly. I've tried to go, right, if I were to just break this down really simply, what is the easiest way for you to market your side hustle? And what's the starting point? And that's what we're starting with next week. And then for those of you in the Hive, we're going to kind of build on that. So what we're going to do is ultimately we're going to build a bit of a toolkit to go, right, here's the starting point. Here's how you can add in Instagram. Here's how you can add in Pinterest. Here's how you can add in a YouTube channel. Here's how you could use Facebook ads. And just there's so many different things that you could do to market your side hustle. And you won't want to do all of them. It's about going, right, okay, out of all of these, which are the right ones for me? Because the absolute truth is you can't, you have to do some of them. Like you can't, your side hustle is not going to be successful unless people know about it. So next week is about how to get yourself visible. Like how do you get yourself visible and how do you grow that? And I'm going to show you that next week. So in answer to your question, Michelle, which is completely reasonable, I am going to go live on Sunday in the group, but it's just going to be I don't know what time. Again, there'll be a link to click to get a text message just before I go live, different from this one. But I'm just going to pop in and introduce myself because there'll be people next week, I think, that don't know me. I don't know, maybe there won't. Maybe it'll all be people that already know me. But I'm just going to go and introduce myself, kind of explain how the challenge is going to work to everybody. And then I am going to, and then the next live won't be until Monday night. So 7 o'clock Monday, Wednesday, Friday are the key times. Hope that helps. Hi, Naomi. Oh, Angela, it's you that booked the week off. Love it. Yes, you've done the StreamYard thing. I can see it now, Angela, so I don't know. You've redone it. Perfect. Thank you. Maybe it only lasts for a certain length of time because Angela, you've been around me for a while, haven't you? Which is brilliant. It's just because you've been a slacker just like so we're going to reinvigorate. So to bring me back to my point, and I'm supposed to be live for those of you that are in the Start Your Happy Side Hustle cluster. Apologies, I'll be a little bit late there because I've spent a bit more time talking about that because I'm too chatty. Anyway, I just want to talk to you about energy because next week is all about energy, and it's all about bringing that energy to your side hustle. Because do you remember when we were in the challenge week and we did all that together, there was such a massive energy. There was such a, like by day 5, it was palpable. Like you could feel everybody together, like deciding on an idea and all those like amazing kind of dreams of what our side hustles were going to be like. And then what has happened, so we've kind of kept the momentum going for those people that have joined the Hive, and we kept the momentum going, and then we launched our side hustles. And then for some people, there's been a bit of a like, oh, right, what's the next bit? Because we want to bring that energy back. We love feeling that energy and we love transmitting that energy. So what I'm going to aim to do next week, and it's a bit of a pilot, to be honest. I'm just like, I've never done it before. So we're just going to see how it goes. You can give me some feedback. But what I want to try and do is kind of just like explode things again. And I know you want to do that, but I think if I'm right, I think you're kind of going, well, I want to do that, but I don't quite know how. And I want to try and give you a how. Now, there's not only one way to do it. There's not one right answer, but I'm going to show you what I'm planning to do, what I kind of do, but I'm planning to do much more consistently so that you can like nearly play along with me on it, and we can do it together. Because for me, it's just so much easier to be accountable when you're going, right, let's all try this. And then we can all share how we've got on, and we can kind of share ideas, and we can all add to it. And, you know, like between us in the sisterhood, we're going to get there, but we're going to kind of reboost, revamp, and just give you like, what is it you're supposed to do every day to get your side hustle to move? You'll know that by next Friday. And also there's a chance to win an exciting prize. There might be more than one exciting prize. I haven't quite decided, but there's definitely a chance to win an exciting prize. And I'm also, for those of you that are not in the Hive, I am going to talk to you about an interesting Hive related offer at the end of next week as well. And for those of you in the Hive, I'm going to talk to you about it after I do. So in 2 lives time, I'm going to do one in the Happy Side Hustle Classroom, and then I'm going to jump over to the Hive. I'm going to talk to you about it. So yes, so the thing is, It's all about the energy. It's all about the energy. And that's what I wanted to say here. Your side hustle sales are all about the energy. So whether you're joining me next week for the free bootcamp or not, you need to manage your energy, because remember back in the day, remember when you were young, you were brilliant at selling stuff. We were all brilliant at selling stuff. Everybody could talk their parent into, just one more story, or, can we just spend another half hour before bed, or, could we please go to that place, or whatever it is. We knew how to do that because we were bringing that energy, and we were uninhibited. We weren't kind of worried about what people would think. And this may not apply to you, but generally my feeling is that as women and women side hustlers, we can be a little bit, kind of like reluctant to bring our offer to the world and go, this is brilliant. Like, remember, you've picked this thing that brings you joy, that you love. Now, the energy should be there. The energy is there. It's inside you to go, buy my side hustle thing. But I see amazingly talented, creative women in this group kind of going, what about, would this be okay? Like, what would, and we need to shake that. We need to remember that we are helping people. We are not forcing anybody to buy our product or our service, but what we are not helping people by keeping it a secret. Like, if you need, so my cleaner, who hasn't cleaned since the start of lockdown and is now just something else. But anyway, my cleaner put a post on our local Facebook forum, like residence forum, a few weeks ago saying, does anybody know anybody that does like these personalized pictures, and put a picture of pretty much exactly what I make. And I thought, what a rubbish job I'm doing. My cleaner doesn't even know I make those. Like, she wants one, and she's gone to this random group of strangers to ask if anybody knows if anybody makes that. Now, I haven't been focusing on kind of marketing that side hustle because there's only so many hours in the day, and I'm really focused on this marketing happy side hustle. But it did make me think, like, I'm doing her a disservice by not selling to her, by not telling her. So it's not selling, it's helping. And when you kind of change your energy, and when you change your mindset, and when you come at it from that energy to go, I'm so excited to tell you about this thing. Like, I cannot wait till you see this. That's so super infectious. Where our side hustles can, the energy kind of drains a little bit is when we go, it's £20. Is that all right? Or, I'm charging £40 for this. But, if that's the energy you're putting across when you're selling your price or saying your price, like, bring it down until it's a number that you just love, that you just think, this is amazing value. And then when you get the confidence, put your price up and put your price up and put your price up. So you just have to make sure, like, I'm a big fan of pricing high. But what I don't want to encourage you to do is go, well, this is going to be £100. And then you're like absolutely cringing when you say it. Because if you're cringing when you say it and you don't believe that your product or service is worth that, no one else is having it. Like, no one else is going to buy it. But confidence comes from action. So we need to start somewhere. So you need to find that sweet spot where your energy is perfect for sales and your price is, you feel comfortable saying it. Oh, that costs this. That's what it costs. And that takes practice, but we're not going to get there if we don't start. We're not going to get there if we don't start. Sorry, let me just see your comments. I am such an amazing energy generator. Thank you, Michelle. I can't manage in the evenings. Yes, Helene, yes, you absolutely will. Everything will be available on catch up. So it'll be available, the group will open on Sunday and it'll close the following Sunday. So it'll be available for a week. So as long as you can kind of catch up the next day or within a couple of days, you'll be absolutely fine. Sheila, I think we also put everyone else first. Yes. So Sheila, in the book club in Hive, we are reading Glennon Doyle Untamed at the moment. We're going to kind of relaunch the book club as well. But I was just so I'm an audio book girl, and I was just listening to a bit as I was making the dinner earlier. And now, what was the quote? There was an absolutely brilliant quote, but so I won't be able to phrase it like Glennon Doyle because she's incredible with language. But basically, she was saying that she stayed in, it's about staying in an unhappy marriage and having kind of the strength to walk away. But it's actually a really uplifting book. But anyway, she said the moment that she made the decision that she was going to leave, she realized, she looked at her daughter. It was actually really emotional. I'm not going to cry on this. I keep crying in lives. It's ridiculous. But I was actually, tears were in my eyes in the kitchen. I was making the dinner. And she said she was looking at her daughter, and her daughter said, Mum, I think my hair's a little bit babyish. I would like to have my hair like yours because that's more like how an adult would wear their hair. And she said it just immediately realized that she was staying in her marriage because her children needed her and they were babies. And she realized that actually they had, they were old enough to be able to kind of, reason with and understand. And she said she realized she had two choices. She could either just stay in a marriage where she wasn't particularly happy to make the children happy, or she could show the children what a woman's life could be and how a woman could just like be the most incredible version of herself. And she said she asked herself, is my life the life I would want for my daughter? And she's like, I would not want my daughter to live this life. So she said as much as she knew it was going to break her daughter's heart to walk away from her marriage, she still felt like that was the biggest gift that she could give to her and the bravest thing to do. It's a really emotional book, but it just really resonated with me, Sheila, when you just said that about, we put everybody else first. And I think if you haven't read Glennon Doyle Untamed, any of you, you've got to read it. It's just one of those books of a lifetime, I think. Okay, I've started telling friends this week and not felt embarrassed so far. Brilliant, love it. Right, okay. I'm a little bit late for my next live, so I'm going to end the Happy Hustle show here. I will not be back for the Happy Hustle show next week, but you can catch me all week in the Bootcamp. So if you haven't signed, I remember what the second thing good, this is all coming back to me. Remember what the second question is now. Lots of people have been messaging me to say, to join the Explode Your Happy Side Hustle Sales Bootcamp, do you have to already be in the community? Do you have to have already done like my idea challenge before? The answer is no, it's open to anybody. So I would be so super grateful if you can invite your side hustle friends. So if you've got any friends that are not in this community or may not know about this or might not have ever heard of me, I love helping people, right? And I feel so sad when I see people who are kind of stuck. And next week, my aim is to unstick everybody. So if you've got any side hustle friends who you think could be doing with a bit of unsticking, please pass along the link that's beside this video to them and ask them to register. We'll be cutting off registration on Sunday, so there's only a couple of days left. So it's just hpy.tips/explode. Get them to register. The more the merrier. I think there's already I think there's about 250 people already registered, but but not all of them have found the Facebook group. So it's going to be kind of a small, intimate group, but the more the merrier, because the more people, the more energy, and the more we can all kind of unstick together and just create those new friendships and just get those side hustle dreams going. So please join my bootcamp, share it with friends. Honestly, be proud to share it, because I'm going to try my best to make it absolutely amazing for you. And if nothing else, we'll have it's going to be fun. I know it's going to be fun because I've planned some fun things. So I will see you all hopefully next week, and back for the Happy Hustle show the following Monday. Okay, take care, everybody. And those of you in the classroom, I'm about to go live in there. So I'll see you in a couple of minutes.